Earlier this summer, you announced a essential initiative at DOT to modernize our air traffic system. We support that effort. We want to work closely with you. We know it's going to have a very high price tag and will need bipartisan support. This committee is a bipartisan working committee. You know that. You saw it through our work on the bipartisan infrastructure law and the bipartisan FAA reauthorization. We're going to need specifics on the plan. Do you have a better sense at this point how much your plan will cost, and how will you determine priorities, since you will not be able to get everything you want? Hopefully you'll get most of what is needed for the system.
Today, we're digging into a major new initiative from the U.S. Department of Transportation that could completely transform air travel across the country, and why extreme heat in states like Arizona could make or break this plan. If you care about safer skies and climate-ready infrastructure, you'll want to stick around. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more exclusive briefings like this.
Yes, thank you for that question, and I appreciate the bipartisanship on this effort. It's an American issue, not a partisan issue. If we look, teleco is what we have, right? So this is fiber. We have money for radios, voice switches. We have money for radar, surface movement radar at our airports. What I want to do is, with an integrator, this is going to be one company that's going to manage the project. There's been some confusion around that, but the integrator, I think, is important because the FAA is not qualified, doesn't have the expertise to manage this kind of a project. So we need a project manager to come in and manage. And I think we should be able to do radar at the same time as we're doing telecom. And we should be ordering radios and voice switches at the same time. When you give us the money for the Common Automation Platform, we want to start that process as well. I think we can keep all the streams going at the same time. The key is we're going to deploy these assets when we still have airplanes in the sky. And doing that safely is the number one priority.
Yeah.
That's what we have to do. And so we got to choreograph, and we have to implement correctly. But to answer your question, I want to do everything.
Yep. We look forward to having you back here regularly to give us updates, particularly on the issue of cost, so we can plan accordingly. I represent Arizona. Extreme heat is a tremendous issue in my state. Last week, we hit a high temperature of 118 degrees. That's right about the maximum operating temperature for passenger planes. Last year, we had 113 consecutive days above 100. This has huge impacts on our airport and the aviation system. Extreme heat can soften and crack taxiways, making it harder for planes to take off. It reduces air density, affecting lift and engine thrust, and it has an impact on people who work at the airport. We have seen overheating of both equipment and personnel. These are essential workers who make air travel possible. How are you investing in heat resiliency of critical FAA facilities and equipment? And how do you plan to ensure that the ATC technology that we've talked about under your modernization plan can operate safely in adverse weather conditions like extreme heat in Arizona?
I will take a look at that, and we can maybe have an additional conversation. I have also talked to your governor about the needs for different facilities within the great state of Arizona.
Thank you.
Arizona senator raised a key concern. What happens when 118 F-heat grounds planes, melts taxiways, and overheats critical airport staff and equipment? Arizona recently saw 113 straight days over 100 FE, pushing planes to their thermal limits. High heat can decrease air density, limiting lift and engine performance. A hidden danger for air travel. Secretary Duffy acknowledged the issue, but offered no concrete solutions yet, instead promising more talks with Arizona leadership. If you're from a heat-stricken region or work in aviation, drop a comment below with your experience, and don't forget to subscribe for our ongoing climate tech coverage. Here's the bottom line. The DOT's air traffic control modernization effort is one of the most ambitious infrastructure upgrades in decades. But its success will hinge on transparency around costs and resilience against climate extremes. States like Arizona are already pushing for assurance that this new tech will work in real-world conditions, not just in ideal ones. The committee has pledged to keep the effort bipartisan, a rare sign of unity in Washington. The real test, whether this vision can be delivered on time, on budget, and ready for a hotter, more demanding future. We'll be tracking this modernization push every step of the way. So subscribe now if you want clear, fact-based updates on transportation, technology, and climate challenges that affect your life.